Introduction. It's another important meeting of the Underground Railway system, a cool and crystal clear crafting in the twilight of shell-shocked heroes of the Thunder Zone in this altitude. Its shimmering image existence, the patois of a people, educated attitudes in this library are portraying the shadows bestowed by books of knowledge and emotional turmoil in giant caricatures of reflections and whirlpool refractions, tipping the scales of the struggle to speak, voice low and urgently, spreading the wisdom gathered. In an Oxford pub called The Parrot and Child, the author Tolkien would practice his secretive medieval language, and in childish glee at being released from his prison of teaching, lure ambitious students who could find him there and share a pint of laughter, tears, and old-fashioned gossip at the stroke of the noon hour. His pen and crawling leaded sentences are history, and now about to be exploited by the rip-roaring ravings of a Dylan Thomas wannabe in the dark-infested jungles of nowhere, New Mexico, the God-forsaken land of a hidden, beaten people protesting. The eclectic sense is strong and rebelling at registered voters and plain-speaking ladies and gentlemen aghast at the afterbirth of the writing and vigorous outpouring, loquacious but impacting colloquial circuits of style. It would be easy to get big-headed about a literary fashion, but unfortunate to think it required merit. It's the unconscious effort to realize a defining form and graceful argument to separate the warring factions of internecine didactic quarreling, a previously liturgical arrangement now removed to the center stage of history. The reason a certain crazy old lady from Chicago would like to get her clammy fingers onto my manuscript, and anyone else's for that matter, the lady's name is Ruby, but not Red, a supporter of the not yet enacted 13th century manifesto of Jesuit violence and hate speech, with circles underneath her besotted eyes and cloudy rouge on voluptuous cheeks and jawbone. The gnawing suspicion is that this redolent, redundant bombast is not speaking English in any given instant, merely exaggerating the connections and laboured sweating loyalty to Messrs. Derrida and friends, were this to be the only description necessary to capture the slave. Fortunately, it's not the only revolution to encounter and conquer nudity in a literary sense in any meaningful and riparian questioning of those lords of the missing vocabulation, namely tenured pagan idol worshippers at the Delphic oracle of education.